Good afternoon, everyone. It is Steve Lookner with Right Side Broadcasting coming to you with some breaking news, some breaking sad news. Swedish DJ, music producer, recording artist, Avicii has passed away today at the age of 28, so young. Avicii, one of the most well-known, famous, popular electronic music artists in the world. I would say maybe one of the most well-known and internationally famous recording artists currently in the world. Avicii, dead today at the age of 28. Avicii was found in the country of Oman. He was found dead in the country of Oman. That's where he was today. That's where he passed away. Avicii had retired from touring in 2016 due to health concerns, but he was still actively recording music. So very sad loss today for the music world. Avicii, dead at 28. We're going to get you some of the details of the death of Avicii and also look at some of the tributes that are coming out. So again, to repeat, very sad news. Avicii, DJ, record producer, recording artist, one of the most popular EDM artists in the world, dead today at the age of 28. Very sad. So I want to just show you a couple of the news stories about this first of all, and then we'll get to some of the tributes. And also we're going to be reading your comments on the air. If you have thoughts about this, write to me on Twitter, at Lookner, at Lookner. Let me just, first of all, get a couple things set here. And I want to show you this. Oops, hang on a second. You can hear me. That's good. All right, so here's some information. Here's a Variety article. Avicii dies at 28. Artist, DJ, and producer Tim Bergling, a.k.a. Avicii, died this afternoon in Oman, in the Middle East. According to a statement from his representative, he was 28. The statement reads, "It is with profound sorrow that we announce the loss of Tim Bergling, also known as Avicii," the statement reads. "He was found dead in Muscat, Oman this Friday afternoon local time, April 20th. The family is devastated, and we ask everyone to please respect their need for privacy in this difficult time. No further statements will be given." Avicii, as I was saying, had retired from live performing in 2016, citing health reasons. He had suffered from health problems for several years, including acute pancreatitis, in part due to excessive drinking. He had his gallbladder and appendix removed in 2014. Now, just to clarify, we don't know the cause of death today. Perhaps the cause of death is related to these ongoing health issues he'd had. As the article said, he had his gallbladder and his appendix removed in 2014. Also had acute pancreatitis. But we don't know exactly why he died. If I hear more about that information, I will give it to you. And if you're hearing more about this, feel free to give me a shout on Twitter, at Lookner, at Lookner. So let me just see here. Last year when he I guess this is what when he posted a statement talking about how he was retiring from touring, and he said, "We all reach a point in our lives and careers where we understand what matters the most to us. For me, it's creating music. That's what I live for, what I feel I was born to do. Last year, I quit performing live, and many of you thought that was it. But the end of live never meant the end of Avicii or my music. Instead, I went back to the place where it all made sense, the studio. The next stage will be all about my love of making music to you guys. It is the beginning of something new. Hope you'll enjoy it as much as I do." So Avicii was actively recording music, but he was not touring due to health issues, but he has passed away today at the age of 28. 28. I want to see if I want to show you some of the reaction before we get to more of the details about Avicii coming out right now. And just obviously lots of fans tweeting out today support for Avicii. The music site SoundCloud says, "Our hearts are broken over the tragic passing of Avicii. You will be missed." So I want to get back to some more of the details about Avicii, see if there's any updates about actually what happened today. The CNN article has that statement from his representative. It says Avicii was one of the most successful touring DJs in the industry, working with artists including Madonna. He had a crossover pop hit in 2013, "Wake Me Up." If you think you've never heard any Avicii, you Google "Wake Me Up" or go to YouTube and listen to "Wake Me Up." I think you might well have heard that song. It was quite popular. And just to show you, Avicii told Time magazine that the illness, he retired in 2016 after a string of health issues, including acute pancreatitis. Avicii told Time magazine in 2013 that the illness was caused by excessive drinking. "Yeah, I was drinking way too much, partying in general way too much," he said. "Then I got a pancreatitis attack at 21, which is very rare, so that forced me to do a 180 and stop drinking." Now, some posts here on the CNN article. Calvin Harris, DJ and very well-known musical artist, said, "Devastating news about Avicii, a beautiful soul, passionate and extremely talented with so much more to do. My heart goes out to his family. God bless you, Tim." DJ Pauly D said, "Damn dude, R.I.P." And I don't know who this is. I don't know everybody in music. This is Dante D'Angelo. Well, he has a lot of followers and subscribers. Anyways, Dante D'Angelo says, "R.I.P. Avicii. I can't believe this. You were taken away from us too soon. You will never be forgotten, man. This hurts." So again, Avicii, dead at 28. A very, very popular, internationally known electronic music artist. If you have comments on this, write to me on Twitter, at Lookner, at Lookner. You can write to me here. I was also going to show you. So I know some of our viewers will watch a lot of political news on our channel, and they might not be familiar with Avicii. But just to show you, I can't show you the videos because it's YouTube, and I can't play one YouTube video on another YouTube stream. But for example, you can see the views his videos for his songs have. So The Nights, 320 million views. Wake Me Up, which I was saying is his biggest hit, 1.4 billion views. 1.4 billion. The song Levels, 306 million views. And here's a making of Avicii in the studio, the making of Dancing in My Head, 5 million views. So Avicii, very, very popular, and it's very sad, 28 years old. Singer Rita Ora posted this about 1 minute ago. "I have no words." By the way, she recorded a song of one of Avicii's hits. She sang one of Avicii's hits. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Anyways, I'll tell you that in a second. She said, "I have no words. I remember how amazing it was to make Lonely Together." Well, there you go. That's what it was. "And it felt like just yesterday we were talking. Condolences to Avicii's family, friends, and the fans who supported him. May he rest in peace, gone too soon. I'm devastated, heartbroken." I also wonder, for this generation of younger music fans, is this the first person famous musician who's passed away at a very young age for them? Now, Amy Winehouse died probably like 10 years ago, but I'm trying to think of say, teenagers now, kids in high school, junior high school now, even college kids. Who is somebody kind of they grew up with or they were active fans of, who's passed away music-wise at such a young age recently? And I'm not sure I can think of somebody like this just in the last couple of years. Maybe I'm missing somebody. But Avicii, dead today at 28. And to repeat, we're not sure how he died. Now, it's certainly possible that his death is related to the health concerns he'd had for the last couple of years, and the health concerns that had caused him to stop touring in 2016. But we don't know how he passed away. That information is not out yet. Also, I got to speak of that. I remember, sadly, we were on the air about three or 4 months ago covering the death of Cranberries lead singer Dolores, I think it's O'Riordan, if I'm pronouncing this right. But the cause of her death has still not come out yet, and that was, she reportedly she might have died from some sort of overdose or some sort of drug she was taking, but supposedly toxicology reports can take months. So we don't even know how she died, and that was, I think, January, if I remember it right. It was certainly a few months ago. So maybe we'll know soon how Avicii died, but I wouldn't. Certainly not always the case that we know very quickly how someone dies. So if I hear any more of that while we're on the air, I will certainly pass it along to you. Let me show you some more reaction to Avicii's death here. Hang on one sec. Singer Charlie, it's so dumb. I never say his name. I want to say it's Puth. It might be Puth. I don't know. But he's had a couple of big hits recently, and he said, wow, I would like to take a moment to pay tribute to the man who really opened my eyes as to what productions could one day sound like. Avicii was a genius and a music innovator, and I cannot believe he is no longer with us. R.I.P. to the very best. Recording artist and model Dua Lipa. You very well might have heard her song, New Rules, has been playing on the air nonstop over the last, months, year. She said, such sad news to hear about Avicii passing. Too young and way too soon. My condolences go out to his family, friends, and fans. I don't know who Liam is. Liam Payne. See, I told you I don't know everyone. There's Liam Payne. Liam Payne says, oh my God, truly devastated for Avicii. Very, very sad news. Way too young. What a talent he was. Rest in peace. Deadmau5, one of the most famous DJs in the world, says, my sincerest and most heartfelt condolences to the friends, fans, and families of Avicii. Banter aside, nobody can deny what he has accomplished and done for modern dance music, and I'm very proud of him. Marshmello. Is he a DJ, Marshmello? See, this is the point where I have to look things up. I spelled it wrong. American EDM producer and DJ. Marshmello said, at a loss for words, rest easy, brother. The band Imagine Dragons said, devastated at the news of Avicii passing. Working with him was one of my favorite collaborative moments. Far too young, the world was a happier and fuller place with his presence and art. Sending all my love to his friends and family, XXDR. Let me see. Some other celebrity reaction there. Oh, Liam Payne used to be in One Direction. Okay. Recording artist Zed who has a very big song out now with singer Maren Morris called The Middle. He said, no words can describe the sadness I'm feeling right now, hearing about Avicii passing away. Thoughts go out to his family and friends. Singer Adam Lambert says, R.I.P. Tim, you were a brilliant composer and a gentle spirit. Fond memories of creating music with Avicii and Nile Rodgers. Who is Sabrina Carpenter? Let's see. She's a singer. She says, Avicii contributed incredible art to this world. Devastated to hear about this. Rest in peace. In our YouTube chat, Doug's Den says, wow, his music was great. It's funny. Some people who are watching are saying are clearly very familiar with Avicii, and some people watching don't know who are saying things like, who was this person? So if you're not familiar with Avicii, he is one of the most famous electronic music musicians in the world. He was a DJ, a music producer, a recording artist, again, one of the most, I would say, well, among people who like electronic music and to a certain degree pop music, one of the more famous international recording artists currently in the world today. He passed away today at 28 years old. Very sad. He had health issues in the last few years. He had retired from touring in 2016 due to health issues. As we mentioned before, his health issues involved, I'll show you here. He had suffered from health problems for several years, including acute pancreatitis, in part due to excessive drinking. He had his gallbladder and appendix removed in 2014, but we do not yet know for sure why he passed away today. He died in the Middle Eastern country of Oman. I don't know why he was in Oman. Maybe he was recording, maybe he was vacationing, maybe he was doing some kind of private event, even though I don't know, he wasn't touring, but was he doing private events? I don't know. And to show you where Oman is, on the Arabian Peninsula, here is where Oman is. That's where Avicii, the country of Oman, is where Avicii passed away. And he actually passed away, I believe, in Muscat, which is on your map there. If you have comments about Avicii, feel free to write to me on Twitter at Lookner. Our viewer Chuck Boyce Jr. says, this is so sad. He is from Sweden. Somebody asked, where is he from? He is from Sweden. Hey, let me give you a little the bio of Avicii. I had that here before. Hang on one sec. He was born in Stockholm, Sweden. He signed with a label in 2007. And there's no more information about his death in the Wikipedia article either. Matthew Henry, our viewer, writes in, if not performing, why was Avicii in Oman? Well, we can imagine a lot of reasons. I have no idea. He could have been vacationing. He could have been visiting people he knew. He could have been working on some music there. I was wondering, did he maybe do private performances? So, he was not touring anymore. I would imagine, though, that, a lot of artists, musical artists, in addition to touring, they make lots of money by doing private appearances. It could be a corporate appearance for a company. It could be some rich person hiring them for a party, for a bar bat mitzvah, for a birthday party. This stuff actually does happen where artists make a lot of money by playing these really small events. So certainly, I would think that's possible that he was doing some kind of, party or something there. I don't know, but I'm just saying. So I have no idea why he was in Oman. We can think of a bunch of reasons. Polo Lavish, thank you for your donation to Right Side Broadcasting. Polo Lavish says Twitter went down after Comey investigation. Polo Lavish, my Twitter is working, but appreciate your supporting of Right Side. We are a viewer-supported network. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get you some more updates here about Avicii, dead at 28. The BBC has this article up. Do they have any new information on this? He collaborated with the likes of Madonna and Coldplay. His club anthems include Wake Me Up, Hey Brother, and recently Lonely together with Rita Ora. No cause of death was announced, and Avicii's representative said no further statements would be issued. One of the biggest names in dance music the last 10 years, he had a catalog full of pumping, uplifting house smashes, says BBC. He started his career when he won a production competition held by Pete Tong in 2008. He went on to notch up to 11 billion streams on Spotify. Let me say that again. 11 billion streams on Spotify, and was the first EDM DJ to stage a worldwide arena tour. The first EDM DJ to stage a worldwide arena tour. He was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards and had 9 UK top 10 singles, including 2 number ones. And as we said, he suffered from health problems, including acute pancreatitis in part due to excessive drinking. He released a new EP in 2017. This EP, Avicii 01, was nominated for a Billboard Music Award for Top Electronic Album just days before his death. And we read these celebrity reactions from people like Calvin Harris and Deadmau5, Dua Lipa, Imagine Dragons, Zedd, all paying tribute to Avicii. Our viewer, Vicky Gakuo, in the YouTube chat says, his music was amazing. His music was different from the rest. Ma Mandarin says, why did he die? We have no idea why he died. We don't know right now. Avicii dead at 28. No cause of death announced. I'm going to read that statement real quick. We read it at the start of the broadcast, but I'm going to read it real quick again from his representative. His representative said, right here, it is with profound sorrow that we announce the loss of Tim Bergling, also known as Avicii, a statement from his representative said. He was found dead in Muscat, Oman this Friday afternoon, local time, April 20th. The family is devastated, and we ask everyone to please respect their need for privacy in this difficult time. No further statements will be given. He was 28. I kind of want to see what is going on Avicii's Twitter page right now. Did they post this announcement there? Let's see. All right, here's Avicii's Twitter. Now, he hasn't posted since April 17th, but a lot of times what happens is if something like this happens and somebody passes away, people will reply to the last posted tweet. So the last posted tweet was, thanks for the nomination, Billboard, I guess for his EP that came out last year. So I'm going to guess if we go to the comments section, we might see people replying here. Yeah, so you can see people are using this last tweet by Avicii as the comment section to pay tribute to him and talk about his passing. So one fan says, "R.I.P. legend, you made a lot of great songs and you died way too young. What caused his death? My favorite DJ in the world, I'm very sorry. Hopefully fake news, but looks like not. I am heartbroken. Rest in peace." So that's Avicii's Twitter page, people commenting on his last post. And I want to also check his Facebook page as well. Ooh, and his Instagram, see what's going on there. So the statement wasn't posted on his Twitter page. Now here is his Facebook page. Last Facebook post was also April 17th about the Billboard nomination for the Billboard Music Awards for Top Electronic Dance Album. And I'm guessing the comment section of this too also is becoming like a memorial. Yeah, so you will miss the show, rest in peace. Don't believe it, only 3 days ago you were thankful and now you're not with us anymore. Yeah, so I was thinking I was getting my dates wrong. This was only 3 days ago he posted that. A fan says, "I'm actually in shock right now. Thank you for all the music that has been and will continue to be a light for so many. Gone too young. Rest in paradise, Tim." This person says, "My dream, your stage in Vietnam will never become true." Fan Jude Sharon says, "My favorite DJ died. I still can't believe this S. What the F? Why, God, did you take him? He was still 28 years old. Rest in peace to your soul. Your music forever in our hearts. My deepest condolences go out to his family during this tough time." So that's his Facebook page. You can read some more of those comments if you just go to the comments section below the most recent tweet. And the last thing I'll check is his Instagram. So the most recent Instagram post by Avicii was this one. He has 6.4 million followers. And it's a post that says, "Hey, what happened here? Hold on a second. It's always sunny in California." That's his post. From April 4th, that's when that was. And you can see the comments on that is just going to be, it's a ton of people saying rest in peace, sad face, pay respect, rest in peace, rest in power, mate, you did a great job entertaining me with your music. Rest in peace, no. You are one of my favorites, going to miss you so much. No, please, tell me it's just a joke. As I was saying before, I do think for a certain generation, this is the first musician they've been fans of that has passed at such a young age. And when it's tragic anyway when somebody passes at a young age. But when you're a fan of a musician and they pass at a young age, there's a real sad sense of they had all this more music to produce and then you just aren't going to hear any more of it. I remember when Jeff Buckley passed away. To date myself, I was a very big Jeff Buckley fan. He really only came out with one proper album. And it was when he passed away, I just remember thinking it was so sad because his fans were all waiting for his next album. And it's like, well, you're just never going to hear it. And you're never going to hear what he was going to do. So it's very sudden, very sad. We are covering the death of Avicii at 28 years old. You know what's bothering me? I never resized that photo, and I should have. Let's see if I can resize it right now. It should be a little bigger. Okay. So Avicii, Swedish electronic musician, DJ, record producer. People say record producer anymore. I think they still do. He was one of the most famous international electronic recording artists and DJs. We read in the BBC article, first DJ to have a worldwide arena tour. How many streams did the BBC article said he have on Spotify played? It said he has over 11 billion songs streamed on Spotify. 11 billion. So he passed away at 28 in Oman, in Muscat, Oman, which you can see right there. Oman is in the Middle East in the Arabian Peninsula. That's where he died. Don't know why he was there. Could think of a bunch of different reasons. Don't know how exactly he died. And don't know when we'll hear more about this. We're reading your comments on the year. We're reading your feedback. We're seeing some of the celebrity response to this and the music world response and the fan response to Avicii's death. If you have comments, feel free to write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. In our chat room on YouTube, DJ Warship says very sad news. Lavro Ajduk says no. The Mystery says R.I.P. Andre Niku says, honestly, I was shocked when I heard the news on TV. I should check out the Facebook chat room and just see what people are saying over there. And I would like to be able to play you Avicii songs, but that we're not allowed to do on the way YouTube is, I know. I'm not sure about like all the social media, but definitely the way YouTube is, you can't take a song, a copyrighted song, and play it on your broadcast. For obvious reasons, that would make sense. Michelle Stevens said in our Facebook chat, read an article said he has been sick since 2016. He actually was having health problems since before then. He stopped touring in 2016 due to health issues, which reportedly were in part due to heavy drinking. He has said that. He himself said that, but we don't know exactly why he died. Jacqueline N. Johnson James in our Facebook chat says, only one of the greatest music DJ composers ever. He will be missed. Hang on 1 second here, just looking up a couple of things. Dutch DJ and music star Martin Garrix just posted this 6 minutes ago. Can't really describe in words how sad I feel right now. Thank you for inspiring me and millions of others. R.I.P. Avicii. There he is with Avicii in that picture. Nitu Lacramiora in our chat room says, I had it here. No, please tell me this is a joke. Please, a bad joke. Amir Redzik is asking, how did he die? No word on the cause of death, Amir. No word in Hardcore Gamer. They don't know how he... Well, I don't want to say they don't know. Somebody might know, but nothing has been released about the cause of death. Here's a post from, thank you, Damien Ruelas, for the donation to Right Side. We are viewer supported, so we appreciate it. What does your message mean, Damien? Let's see. He says, at least we still have Armin van Buuren, and he's referring to Dutch DJ Armin van Buuren. So I was going to say, Variety posted this. Avicii, who died today at the age of 28, explained his chosen DJ name as the lowest level of Buddhist hell.
This happens a lot. Unfortunately, we've covered a bunch of musician deaths at a young age, and I'll see a post by someone who's well known, and I'll have no idea who this person is, and then I have to look it up. So I will look up Eminick. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page. I guess he has a page on Spotify, so I assume he's a musician. He says, his music made a huge impact in our generation, always in our hearts, R.I.P. Avicii. You know what's interesting is, like, he'll make this post, and then you can see below his followers, some of them don't even know, like, Avicii died. So this person says, huh? Because they didn't know Avicii had died. And then this person says, what? Avicii dead? So people still just hearing about Avicii passing away today at the age of 28. Kitty Home writes, one of the world's most talented artists. No one can make such beautiful music. Brian Seas just wrote, this broadcast is only playing for a second on Twitter or Periscope and then stops. It's playing fine for me, Brian. You might want to refresh your stream. Roxanne Love, our viewer, writes in, me and my late cousin used to blare his music in the car. I pray him and my cousin are jamming in heaven, R.I.P. Avicii. Okay, just getting some more celebrity reaction up here. Singer and actress Victoria Justice says, so sad to hear the news about Avicii today. R.I.P. Gone way too young, sending love to his family, friends, and fans. New York Times has just posted a story about it. Let's see what they say. They say Tim Bergling rose to pop star levels of fame under his stage name, but had a series of health scares. The New York Times article says he died at 28. His death was confirmed by a spokeswoman. We know that. He was found dead in Muscat, the capital of Oman, but did not specify. There's no cause of death specified. His songs have been streamed, well, BBC said more than 11 billion times on Spotify. He was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards for Best Dance Recording in 2012 and 2013, and his most well-known song, Wake Me Up, reached the number 4 spot on Billboard's Hot 100 chart. The songs on his album True frequently blended folk instruments with dance beats. He worked with musicians, including Madonna and Coldplay, and became one of the world's highest paid DJs. In 2015, Forbes ranked him as the 6th highest paid DJ on earth and estimated his annual earnings at roughly $19 million. But he retired from international touring at age 26 after a series of health scares that struck while he was on the road. He had his gallbladder and appendix removed in 2014. Before that, at 21, he learned he had acute pancreatitis, which he said was related in part to excessive drinking. Don't know if this was related to why he died today. Could have been, but we don't know. He said to Time magazine, we talked about this interview before, he said in 2013, he told Time, I was drinking way too much, partying in general way too much. So that forced me to do a 180 and stop drinking. He was in Oman to visit friends. There's a new piece of information. He was in Oman to visit friends. At least that's, who knows. That I'm guessing that's what the New York Times was told. Maybe he had personal stuff to do there, and he said he was visiting friends. But if we take the New York Times at their word, he was visiting friends. He is survived by his parents, his sister, and his two brothers. Kaden Roy in a YouTube chat says, my favorite song from him was Waiting for Love. Mackenzie Finlay says, R.I.P. Avicii, love your music. Our viewer Purple Crow writes in, I am unfamiliar with this in most pop culture music by choice. However, any artist that leaves us suddenly like this is most unfortunate for those of us who are left behind. We need more art in life. Suraj Madgankar says, I really love him a lot. I can't believe he's dead, and I ain't getting any sleep since I heard this news. And Suraj, we don't know how exactly he died. Kundan Day says, Avicii, wake me up. I will never forget. By the way, if you're commenting in the U.S., if you're commenting on YouTube, that's the easiest chat room for me to see. I'd be interested, if you're not in the U.S., where you're writing from, because it sounds like some of you are writing from far away because you're saying, like, I can't sleep. Now, in the U.S., it's 3:15 p.m., so feel free. You don't have to put that, but feel free to. Thank you, by the way, to Real Frank and Barbara Braley, who are moderating the chat right now. The chat's very interesting today. Dace TEC says, I feel so bad, RIP from Germany. So, we have some viewers who are clearly big Avicii fans. We have other viewers who probably watch Right Side more for political news and don't even know who Avicii is. So we have a whole range of viewers on this broadcast. But, Advic, we're just trying to give you the updates about this. And we're covering this because he was such a big, well-known music star. Advic Murali says he or she, I'm sorry, Advic, I would assume it's a he, is watching from India. Thomas is watching from Lithuania. Ferris Bueller, Madagascar. Max H, Germany. Sebastian Peterson in Sweden. Somebody from Austria, Sweden, Norway. Wow, Brazil. So an international audience. Well, our condolences go out to the family and friends of Avicii, 28, so young, someone who was actively producing music. This is not like somebody who, it's sad when anybody dies and any musician dies, but this was somebody who really was, actively producing music. He'd only been recording and producing music for about a decade, so I would assume he had a lot of albums and songs left to produce, and now we won't get to hear them. So very sad. A lot of people are posting their countries now, so we're getting Sweden, Oman, India, Ireland, Malaysia, Kurdistan, Hungary, Switzerland. Wow, people from all over watching. South Africa. And people keep asking, how did he die? How did this happen? There is no word on how he died. We honestly don't know. Perhaps it was something related to his health problems from the last few years. Perhaps it was something else. At this point, it really could have been anything because we just don't know. So we don't know. All we know is that he was in the country of Oman, in Muscat. The New York Times said he was visiting friends. When I hear that, I think, well, that could be true, or that could be something that I'm assuming they got that information from somebody who knows Avicii. And, maybe they didn't want to say what he was doing there for whatever reason. They just said, well, he was visiting friends. So we don't really know why he was there. When when we do a story like this on a musician, very often I just realize like how little I like. There's all these people I don't know. So here's this person, and I'm like, Mandy Rain posts about Avicii. She says he said one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. Gone too soon, R.I.P. Avicii. And I read this and I see lots of people follow Mandy Rain, but I have no idea who this person is. She has 344,000 followers, although she's following 132,000. Anyways, but there's a bunch of people who are very well known who I see. There's so much media out there, so much music out there, and shows and all that stuff that I am not aware of all of it. Here's Mandy Rain. She is an American recording artist. Okay, that's who she is. Well, I learned something new. Sorry, Mandy Rain fans who are watching who are like, why didn't he know who Mandy Rain was? The news and financial site Forbes has a story about Avicii dying. Roxanne Love says she is in California with tears in her eyes. Ben Valkai writes, in Romania will miss you. Susan Reynolds says, I'm not sure what that comment means, Susan, so I'm not going to read it because I'm not sure what it means. DJ Warship says, I'm crying right now. Yevi says, another great musician passed, R.I.P. Avicii. If you want to know when we're coming on the air to cover news stories, you should subscribe and follow us subscribe to and follow us on our various social media platforms, because we do live news updates like this all the time. On YouTube and on Facebook, we are at Right Side Broadcasting. On Twitter, we are at RSB Network, and on Periscope, we are at RSBN TV. We are covering the death of Avicii at, very sad, at the very young age of 28 years old. He died in Oman today in the Middle East. We don't know how he died. No announcement on that. He had been having health problems the last few years. He retired from touring due to health problems in 2016, but he was still creating music. One of the most famous electronic music artists in the world. Over 11 billion streams played on Spotify. Our viewer Nakutenda says, R.I.P. You are loved and always will be. Emily Emma 123 says, me and my friends are shocked about this. He wrote our favorite songs. That's just sad. Kundan Day says, why have all the great musicians die like this? I will say, these days, because I'm a little older, pop culture is a bit more, well, it's not a bit, it's a lot more fragmented than it used to be. So when you didn't have the internet, for example, and and you can go back and say when you didn't have cable TV, but the farther you go back, the more kind of people listen to more of the same things. But now with the internet, which makes all this different kind of music accessible from around the world, and also it allows, with technology now, musicians can create their music, their own music. They can post it on, they don't need a whole music studio, like a fancy, expensive music studio. They can create it on their own. They can post it on the internet. They can make their own videos. There's so many different kinds of music and different subcultures of music that you can really have somebody like Avicii, who is just enormous, internationally famous. On the one hand, for the fans, one of the most internationally famous musicians in the world, and very widely popular, yet at the same time, a lot of people don't know who he was. He could probably pick a lot of countries, including the United States. I am sure he could walk down the street in the United States and many people would not know who he was. Especially because he's a DJ as well. It's just interesting the way that works now, where you can have somebody who is just very, very well-known, famous, and successful, and a pop music star, yet at the same time, a decent amount of people have no idea who the person is. So that I see that happening more and more. All right, let me just see if there are any more updates here about Avicii. If once the broadcast is over, if I hear any more about how he died or any more details, I will post it on my Twitter. If you want to follow me there, you can follow me at @Lookner on Twitter, @LOOKNER. So another very well-known, popular, famous, successful electronic musician, David. You know what I say? I want to say it's. I never remember Guetta or Guetta. I want to say Guetta. I might be wrong. Anyways, let's say David Guetta. It might be David Guetta. But he says something really horrible happened. He just posted this 7 minutes ago. Something really horrible happened. We lost a friend with such a beautiful heart, and the world has lost an incredibly talented musician. Thank you for your beautiful melodies, the time we shared in the studio, playing together as DJs, or just enjoying life as friends. R.I.P. Avicii. Certainly Avicii had a younger fan base, and a lot of his fans are, you are on social media all the time. So there are just like tons of people posting on Twitter about Avicii right now, and just constantly more and more and more. See if there are any more updates here about this news-wise. Musical artist Eben, who I have never listened to before, but he posted so awful what happened to Avicii. He was the first electronic DJ I ever listened to. My heart and prayers go out to his family and friends. Just going over some different reactions to Avicii here. But I am not seeing anything new about the details of his passing. I wonder if TMZ has anything on Avicii. They sometimes have updated things. All right, so they have Avicii Dead at 28, TMZ. One of the most famous DJs in the world. Details surrounding his death are still unclear. He had struggled with addiction in the past. He was hospitalized twice for alcohol-related issues, though at this point, it's unclear if that had anything to do with his death. Look, it could have been a lot of different things. Could have been drug-related or alcohol-related. Could have not been. We don't know. He dropped some of the biggest EDM songs in the world, including Levels, Hey Brother, and his massive hit Wake Me Up with Aloe Black. He retired from live performances in 2016, but before that, he was easily one of the highest paid DJs in the world, earning $28 million in 2014, according to Forbes. He had a home in the Hollywood Hills. I did not know this. So we saw his last Instagram post from April 4th, I think it was, earlier, and it said it was from when he was in California, and he says, it's always sunny in California. I wonder if that's his house in the Hollywood Hills right there. Raven in our chat room says, I'm so sad. In Spyroos, we do not know how he died. Sky Coleman says, me and my friend on Skype are really upset. R.I.P. with all respect. All right. Well, I think at this point we are going to wrap up this stream. Again, Avicii Dead at 28. Very sad. Such a young age, still recording music, and he has certainly had a lot of music left to produce and share, but very sadly that will not happen. Dead at 28. And again, our condolences go out to Avicii's family, his friends, and his fans worldwide. If I hear updates about this story, new news, perhaps we'll get a cause of death. I will post it on my Twitter, at Lookner, at Lookner. You can follow me there if you'd like. Big thank you to our moderators. We had Real Frank and Barbara Bailey moderating the YouTube chat, so thank you. I know it was busy in the chat room. Also, thank you to everybody who shared their comments with us from Facebook, from Periscope, and on YouTube. Don't forget, you can always, so if you want to know about our live videos like this, on Facebook and on YouTube, we are at Right Side Broadcasting. You can subscribe to us there. On Twitter, we're at RSB Network. And on, what was I going to say? Periscope, we're at RSBN TV. Thanks again. A couple of people also donated. We don't ask for donations on a broadcast like this. On a normal news coverage, we'll ask for donations because we're viewer supported and donations keeps us on the air. That's how we stay on the air. But thank you to those of you who donated anyway. If in the future you want to donate to help Right Side Broadcasting, you can always, on any of our videos, go to the bottom of the YouTube chat, click on the $ at the bottom of the YouTube chat, or you can go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Let me just do a last check of the the Facebook chat. And thank you, people, for saying thanks for the broadcast. People like, who was it? I just saw DM said thanks. Sephirin, thank you. Barbara, Irene. I'm just checking on the Facebook chat really quick. Jill's GS in the Facebook chat says, Switzerland will certainly miss him. Zurich holds every year the biggest electronic music event of the world, the Street Parade. Vabistru on YouTube says, his music is still here for us to enjoy. Thank you, JC. JC was there moderating as well. Thank you, JC, for your help. Monish Joel says, R.I.P. bro. And in Periscope, Nkofferon4 says, thank you for the broadcast. So again, our condolences to Avicii's family, his friends, and all his fans. And just sad to hear someone so young, an artist actively producing new art, has passed away at the age of 28. Avicii dead today at the age of 28. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this broadcast. If there's other big breaking news today, we will come on the air. But for now, I am Steve Lookner from all of us here at Right Side. Thank you for joining us for this, and have a good day, and we will see you soon with more news here at Right Side Broadcasting.